Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 5 maths. So you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 5 and click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter multiply fractions, and the lessons we're going to cover are multiply fraction by whole number, input output tables, scaling fractions by fractions, scaling mixed numbers by fractions, multiply three or more fractions with whole numbers. So let's just start with the first lesson. Multiply fractions by whole number, input output table. Let's just start with the lesson. Okay, here is the lesson. Multiply fractions by whole number, input output table. Let's just start with the value. Okay, complete the tables, simplify each answer and write it proper fraction write it as a proper fraction or a mixed or whole number. Okay, so the rule is you have to multiply by 3 by 4. Got it? So input is 4, output is 3. The next one is input is 8. You have to write down the output. So it would be 8 times 3 over 4. Got it? You need to multiply numerator times numerator and denominator by times denominator. So 8 times 3 is 24 and 4 times 1 is 4. So 24 divided by 4 equals 6. The next input value is 12. So you need to do 12 times 3 over 4. Got it? Yes, it would be 9. 12 times 3 is 36 and 36 divided by 4 is 9. Let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, complete the table, simplify each answer and write it as a proper fraction or as a whole or mixed number. So that we have to multiply 2 by 3. Got it? The input values are 0, 9, 12 and 18. You have to multiply each value by 2 over 3 because the rule is you have to multiply by 2 over 3. So it would be 0, 9, 12, 18. Okay, you have to multiply all the values by 2 over 3. So let's just multiply 0 times, okay, 18 times 2 over 3. 12 times 2 over 3. 9 times 2 over 3 and 0 times 2 over 3 is 0. So it would be 0 equals 0. Here you have 3 times 1 is 3 and 3 times 3 is 9. So you need to do 3 times 2, that would be 6. The next one is 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 8, it would be 8. 3 times 6 is 18 and 6 times 2 is 12. So it would be 0, 6, 8 and 12. The correct option is 0, 6, 8 and 12. The correct option is 0, 6, 8 and 12. So option number 2 is the correct option. That would be 0, 8 and 12. Complete the table, simplify each answer and write it as a proper fraction or whole number. You have to multiply each value with 5. It would be 0, 5, 10 and 20. It would be 0, 5, 10 and 20. You have to multiply each value by 1 over 5. So 0 times any number equals 0. 5 and 5 cancel out, you are left with just 1. 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 2 is 10, so it would be 2 times 1 is 2. 5 times 1 is 5, 5 times 4 is 20, it would be 4. So the correct options are 0, 1, 2 and 4. So the correct option is 0, 1, 2 and 4. So it would be 0, 1 and 2 because you already have 4 here. Got it? That is the correct option. Okay, the next one is you have to complete the table. The input values are 4, 6, 18 and 20. You have to multiply all values by 1 by 2. 4, 6, 18 and 20. Okay, they are 4, 6, 18 and 20. You have to multiply each value with 1 over 2. Okay, 2 times 1 is 2 and 2 times 2 is 4. So it would be 2. 2 times 1 is 2 and 2 times 3 is 6. So it would be 3 times 3. 2 times 9 is 18 and 2 times 10 is 20. So it would be 2, 3, 9 and 10. So the correct option is 2, 3, 9 and 10. Okay, the next one is 2, 3. You already have 9 here, 2, 3 and 10. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is 0, 6, 12 and 18. You have to multiply all the values by 1 over 6. It would be 0, 6, 12 and 18. You have to multiply each value with 1 over 0 times 1 by 6 is 0. Then you have 6 times 1 is 6. You can cancel out 6 and you are left with just 1. 6 times 2 is 12 and 6 times 3 is 18. So the correct option is 0, 1, 2 and 3. The correct option is 0, 1, 2, 3. That would be option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the input values are 4, 8, 12 and 16. You have to multiply each value by 3 over 4. You have to multiply each value by 3 by 4. So the input values are 4, 8, 12 and 16. Let's just multiply them by 3 over 4. 4, 8, 12 and 16. 4, 8, 12 and 16. Let's just multiply each value by 3 over 4. Okay, let's just divide each value by 4. 16 over 4. 4 times 1 is 4 and 4 times 4 is 16. So it would be 3 times 4 and 3 times 4 is 12. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 1 is 4. 3 times 2 is 6. 4 and 4 cancel out. 3 times 1 is 3. So they are 3, 6, 9 and 12. So the correct option is 3, 6, 9 and 12. That would be option number 2. Okay, let's just move on. You can complete the test by yourself later today. Let's just move on to the next lesson. Scaling fractions by fractions. So fill in the blank without multiplying. It would be 6 over 7 times 1 over 3. Basically, you have to compare 6 by 7 times 1 by 3, and then you have to compare it to 6 over 5. Got it? So you have to compare 6 by 7 times 1 by 3 to 6 over 7. So we know that 1 by 3 is less than 1. Got it? That means the product of 6 by 7 times 1 by 3 is less than 6 over 7. Got it? Because 1 over 3 is less than 9. Got it? Sorry, 1 over 3 is less than 1. Basically, you have to compare the fractions, but you don't have to multiply. Fill in the blanks without multiplying, so you don't have to multiply, you just have to answer. Just look at this one, 5 by 7 times 1 by 4, and you have to compare it to 5 by 7. You don't have to multiply. Just see here you have 1 by 4. 1 by 4 is less than 1. Got it? So that means when you multiply 5 by 7 times 1 by 7, it is less than 5 by 7 because you are multiplying 5 by 7 by a number that is less than 1. Got it? So that means it is less than 5 over 7. Okay, let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, 2 by 5, and you have to compare 2 by 5 times 5 by 5. So 5 by 5 equals, here you can see you have, let me just write it down on the board, 2 by 5 times. They are actually equal. The, the left side is 2 by 5 times 5 over 5. 5 over 5 means 1. That means you are left with 2 by 5. Got it? So 2 by 5 and 2 by 5 are exactly equal. Got it? So it would be equal. The correct option is the last one. Okay, the next one is 5 by 7 times 1 by 4. You have to compare it to 5 by 7. Just look at this one side. You have 1 over 4. 1 over 4 is less than 1. Got it? So when you multiply a number that is less than 1 by 5 by 7, it would be less than 5 over 7. So 5 over 7 times 1 by 4 is less than 5 by 7. Got it? The correct option is less because 1 by 4 is less than 1. So when you multiply 5 by time with a number that is less than 1, that means the number is again smaller. Got it? Yes, again 1 by 3 is less than 1. That means 6 by 7 times 1 by 3 is less than 6 because 1 over 3 is less than 1. Got it? So it would be 6 by 7 times 1 by 3 is less than 6 over 7. Okay, the next one is 6 by 8 and 6 by 8 times 3 over 3. So which is the correct option? Are they greater, less or equal? Which is the correct option? Yes, they are exactly equal because 3 by 3 equals 1. So 6 by 8 times 1 is 6 by 8 and they are both are exactly equal. Okay, 5 by 8 and 5 by 8 times 2 over 5. Yes, 2 by 5 is less than 1. Got it? That means when you multiply 5 by 8 times a number that is less than 1, it would be more smaller. Got it? So 5 by 8 is greater than 5 by 8 times 2 over 5. Fill in the blanks without multiplying. 1 by 4 times 2 by 4. You have to compare it to 1 over 4. So which is the correct option? Okay, 1 over 4 is less than 1. So you are going to multiply 2 by 4 with a number that is less than 1. That means 1 by 4 times 2 by 4 is less than 1 over 4. Okay, 6 by 9 times 2 by 2, and you have to compare it to 6 over 9. So which is the correct option? They are equal because 2 times 2 equals 1. So 6 by 9 and 6 by 9 are exactly equal. Okay, 1 by 6 times 4 over 5, and we have to compare it to 1 over 6. Yes, 4 over 5 is less than 1. Got it? That means 1 by 6 times 4 by 5 is less than 1 over 6. Okay, 3 by 4 times 3 by 3, and you have to compare it to 3 over 4. So 3 over 3 equals 1. Got it? That means both of the fractions are exactly. Three over 3 means 1. So that means 1 times 3 by 4 is 3 by 4. So they both are exactly equal. The correct option is equal. Okay, 3 by 5 times 1 over 3, and you have to compare it to 3 over 5. So which is the correct option? 1 over 3 is less than 1. That means 3 by 5 times 1 over 3 is less than 3 over 5. The correct option is less. Okay, we are done with the test. Let's just move on to the next lesson. Okay, the next lesson is scaling makes fractions by fractions. Let's just start with the first lesson. Okay, you have to do the same thing we just did on the lesson, but now here you have the um, mixed numbers. Got it? Just look at the first example, 3 whole 1 over 2, and you have to compare it to 3 whole 1 over 2 times 1 over 4. So you exactly need to do the same thing. You know that 1 by 4 is less than 1. Got it? That means 3 whole 1 by 2 times 1 by 4 is. That means 3 whole 1 over 2 is greater than 3 whole 1 over 2 times 1 over 4, because 1 over 4 is less than 1. Let's just start with the test question. The first one is 3 whole 4 over 8 times 1 by 5. 3 whole 4 over 8 times 1 over 5, and you have to compare it to 3 whole 4 over 5. Okay, just look at this one, 1 by 5. That would be 0.2. It is less than 1. Got it? So when you're multiplying 3 whole 4 by 8 to 0.2, it makes a very smaller number. Got it? That means 3 whole 4 over 8 is less than 3 whole 4 over 8. This would be then greater. Got it? So it would be less. The correct option is 3 whole 4 over 8 times 1 by 5 is less than 3 whole 4 over 8. Okay, the next one is 1 by 1 whole 6 over 7 times 1 over 4. 1 whole 6 over 7 times 1 over 4, and you have to compare it to 1 whole 6 over 4. Okay, 1 over 4 is 0.25. It is less than 1. Got it? That means it would make 1 whole 6 over 7 a smaller number. Got it? So 1 whole 6 by 7 times 1 by 4 is less than 1 whole 6 over 4. The correct option is less than 1 whole 6 over 4. Okay, 3 whole 1 over 2, and you have to compare 3 whole 1 over 2 times 1 over 4. So which is the correct option? 3 whole 1 over 2 is greater than 3 whole 1 over 2 times 1 over 4, because 1 by 4 is less than 1, and it makes the fraction 3 whole 1 by 2 even smaller when it multiply by 1 by 4. Okay, the next one is 2 whole 4 by 6 times 2 over 3, and you have to compare it to 2 whole 4 over 6. So 2 over 3 is less than 1. Got it? So when you multiply a number that is less than 1 by 2 whole 4 by 6, it makes even 2 whole 4 by 6 more smaller. Got it? So that means 2 whole 4 over 6 times 2 over 3 is less than 2 whole 4 over 6. Okay, the next one is 2 whole 1 by 9 times 3 by 4, and you have to compare it to 2 whole 1 over 9. So 3 over 4 is less than 1. Got it? That means it even makes 2 whole 1 by 9 more smaller. So 2 whole 1 by 9 times 3 by 4 is less than 2 whole 1 over 9. It would be less. Okay, 1 whole 2 over 5, and you have to compare it to 1 whole 2 over 5 times 1 over 4. 1 over 4 is less than 1. And when you multiply a smaller number with 1 whole 2 by 5, it makes even more smaller. Got it? Yes, 1 whole 2 over 5 is greater than 1 whole 2 over 5 times 1 by 4. It would be greater. Okay, the next one is 2 whole 2 over 5, and you have to compare it to 2 whole 2 over 5 times 2 over 2. So 2 over 2 equals 1. Yes, very good. 2 by 2 means 1. So it would be 2 whole 2 over 5 is greater than equal. They are exactly equal because 2 by 2 is 1. So you have to compare 2 whole 2 by 5 and 2 whole 2 by 5. So they are exactly equal. 1 whole 2 over 6 is 1 over 4 is less than 1. Got it? So when you multiply a smaller number into 1 whole 2 over 6, it would be even more smaller. So 1 whole 2 by 6 is greater than 1 whole 2 by 6 times 1 by 4. Okay, 2 whole 2 by 3 times 1 by 3. Yes, 1 over 3 is less than 1. Got it? So when you multiply 2 whole 2 by 3 by a number that is less than 1, it makes even 2 whole 2 by 3 more smaller. Got it? So 2 whole 2 by 3 times 1 by 3 is less than 2 whole 2 by 3. It would be less. Okay, the next one is 1 whole 3 by 4 times 2 over 3. Yes, 2 over 3 is less than 1. Got it? And it makes 1 whole 3 over 4 even more smaller. So 1 whole 3 by 4 times 2 by 3 is less than 1 whole 3 over 4. Okay, we are done with the test. Let's just move on to the next lesson. Okay, the next one is multiples of multiply three or more fractions and whole numbers. So when you're working on multiply fractions, that means you have to do numerator time numerator and denominator time denominator. Like just look at the first example, 1 by 2 times 3 by 5 times 1 by 2. You have to multiply all the numerators 1 times 3 times 1, and then you have to multiply all denominators. That would be 2 times 5 times 2. So it would be 3 times 1 is 3, 5 times 2 is 10, and 10 times 2 is 20. So it would be 3 over 20. Let's start with the test question. Okay, you have to do 1 by 4 times 1 by 3 times 1 by 2. Okay, it is 1 over 4 times 1 over 3 times 1 over 2. You have to multiply all the numerators, so all the numerators are 1, and then you have to multiply all the denominators. So it would be 1 times 1 is 1. Then you have 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 times 4 is 24. So the correct option is 1 over 24. The correct option is 1 over 24. Okay, the next one is 4 times 4 times 1 over 5. Okay, it would be 4 times 4 times 1 over 5. So they don't have any denominator. That means they have the denominator 1. Got it? Now you can do numerator time numerator and denominator time denominator. It would be 4 times 4 is 16, and 16 divided by 5. You can divide 16 by 5. 5 times 3 makes 15. Here you are left with 1. So it would be 3 whole 1 over 5. So the correct option is 3 whole 1 over 5. The correct option is 3 whole 1 over 5. Okay, the next one is 1 by 2 times 3 by 5 times 1 by 2. So just multiply all the numerators and then all the Denominators 3 times 1 is 3, 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 5 is 20. So it would be 3 over 20. Okay, the next one is 3 by 4 times 1 by 4 times 2 by 3. So you have to multiply all the numerators and then all the denominators. So when you multiply all the numerators, it would be 2 times 1 times 3. That would be 2 times 3 is 6. Then you have to do 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 3 is 48. So it would be then 6 over 48. So you have to divide it by 6. When you multiply them, they make 6 times 1 is 6, and it would be 6 over 48. So just divide by 6, so it would be 1 over 8. The correct option is the correct option is 1 over 8. Okay, then you have to do 1 by 5 times 1 by 3 times 1 by 2. You have to multiply all the numerators and all the denominators. It would be 1 times 1 is 1, 5 times 3 is 15, and 15 times 2 is 30. So it would be 1 over 30. The correct option is 1 over 30. Okay, the next one is 1 by 2 times 4 times 1 over 2. So 4 don't have any denominator. That means its denominator is 1. Yes, it would be 4 over 4. So the correct option is 1. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is 1 times 3 divided by 4 times 2 times 2. Let's just multiply all the numerators. It would be 1 times 3. That would be 3. Then multiply all the denominators. It would be 4 times 2 is 8, and 8 times 2 is 16. So it would be 3 over 16. The correct option is 3 over 16. Okay, 1 by 5 times 3 times 2 by 5. So which is the correct option? It would be 2 times 3 is 6, and divided by 5 times 5 is 25. Got it? So it would be 6 over 25. The correct option is 6 over 25. It's okay. The video is uploaded on the channel. You can find the lesson on the channel later today. Okay, the next one is 2 times 2 times 2. That would be 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, and 3 times 3 is 9. So it would be 8 over 9. The correct option is 8 over 9. Okay, 4 times 4 is 16, and 16 divided by 2 is, yes, it would be 8. The correct option is 8. Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. So we're working on grade 6 maths. Grade 5 maths. The chapter we're working on is multiply fractions. And the lessons we have covered today are multiply fractions by whole numbers input-output table, scaling fractions by fractions, scaling mixed numbers by fractions, and multiply 3 or more fractions and whole numbers. Please make sure before the next session you have to complete all the test questions for the lessons we did today. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. Okay, that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.